Hello, my wonderful people, viewers and subscribers all over the world. Welcome to this late night broadcast from Okute Daily Talk, where we speak to you the undiluted truth about things happening, about how the rich are subduing the poor and the gullibles in the society simply because they think that this country is only meant for the rich. Not minding that the poor are also the one that voted the rich into power. So my good people of Biafra and the lovers of freedom and the lovers of mankind and those ones who is not even Biafra, they are listening to my broadcast and my content. May the Almighty God bless each and every one of us out there. It is not must you will be a Biafran to listen to my news, because my news comprises of Biafra, Nigeria, Africa, and the world at large. So if you have not subscribed to my channel and you are hearing my voice, please endeavor to do that. And if this is your first time of hearing my voice, I salute you and I welcome you to Okute Daily Talk, where we never paint word, we go straight into the news and we don't give propagandous news. So my good people, we are about to take the headlines, and we are doing something new at this very moment, because new day, new strategy, and new way of reading the news. So we are going to take the news, the headlines, we will read the news, then other ones the same. That is how we are going to do it until we get to where we are going. So please tighten your seatbelt and give me your listening ear, for we are about to take off. 2023 elections, Jonathan sends message to Atiku, Tinubu, Obi, and what and others. So we are going to know what kind of message that our elder statesman is sending to the aspirants to be Nigerian president. But before that, let us read this news. It is very, very urgent to my people, to the Biafran land, and to the Biafran nation as well. Chaos in IPOB as Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer Ejiofor drags Simon Ekpa to court. So let us see what happens. The late counsel of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the battle leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Ifeanyi Ejiofor, had filed a suit before the Federal Court, Capital Territory High Court, against Simon Ekpa, a Finland-based IPOB supporter, and the four others. Ejiofor, in his applications on Tuesday, claimed that Ekpa is issuing violent, disturbing, and false declarations about Southeast sit at home. I think the earlier you did this, the better, because the so-called Malami and the rest of the cabals will be thinking that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the one that is ordering sit at home from DSS detention. So to clear the air, what you did was right. Not minding whether you are working for us or you are against us, but it is obvious we need to make it clear that Nnamdi Kanu have no hands in the current 5-day sit at home in the Southeast. So let us proceed. Ejiofor, in his application on Tuesday, claimed that Ekpa is issuing violent, disturbing, and false declarations about Southeast sit at home. I also want to assure Simon Ekpa and his cohorts affected by this compelling legal action that no matter the country you people believe to be presently hiding under its sovereign protection, the full arms of the law shall certainly catch up with you all. In the legal onslaught already commenced, this is just one in a long line of compelling civil and criminal litigations coming your way, Ejiofor added via his Facebook post. Ekpa insisted he is Biafra spokesperson, but IPOB in Nigeria has debunked it. He tweeted on Tuesday, Biafra will declare no Nigerian political activities in Biafra territory. Ifeanyi Ejiofor gives update on detained IPOB leader. Meanwhile, Ifeanyi Ejiofor has revealed that the pro-Biafra agitator Kanu wants his supporters to keep praying for him. Okute News report that Ejiofor stated this while giving an update after his routine visit to the pro-Biafra agitator in the detention of the Department of State Service (DSS). While revealing that he visited Kanu in the company of his younger brother, Prince Ejiofor, stated that the defense team is well prepared for the court's resumption. According to Ejiofor, Nnamdi Kanu in high spirits and looking forward to his appearance in court once again. So that is all you need to know about the dragon of man, Simon Ekpa, Simon Ekpa. I don't know how they got this one, Ekpa, to court. 2023 elections, Jonathan sent a strong message to Atiku, Obi, Tinubu, and others. Former President Goodluck Jonathan has urged all the presidential candidates to conduct their affairs peacefully and did not heed the polity. Okute News report that Jonathan stated this on Wednesday while speaking with newsmen during a private visit to Governor Abdullahi Sule of Nasarawa State at the government house in Lafia, the state capital. Jonathan also advised all the party flag bearers and their supporters to sue for peace and eschew violence, describing the moment leading to the 2023 general election as challenging. He said, "I know this is a very challenging period in the country because elections are coming up. Whenever elections are coming up, people are very worn, charged, and desperate for actions. I pray that we conduct the affairs peacefully and make sure we push the state forward, push the country forward." Jonathan commends development strides. The former president commended Governor Sule in his development strides, urging him to keep up with the good work going on in his state. Jonathan also applauded Sule for the number of female appointees in his cabinet, saying that he had always insisted that government must encourage women and youths. He added, "The last time I was in Lafia was in 2015 during the presidential election. Since then, I have not had the opportunity to come. From what I have seen, you are doing well, and you have to keep up the tempo. I'm also pleased with the governor because I have seen a number of female faces here. You know, when I was in office, I always insist government must encourage the female gender and also the youth. I'm quite happy that even the spokesperson is also a lady. I want to thank you for what you are doing." Jonathan speaks on his love for Nasarawa. Jonathan stressed that Nasarawa and Bayelsa have something in common due to the fact that they were created on the same day, adding that his love for Nasarawa is genuine. He said, "I think Nasarawa State and Bayelsa were born on the same day. I and the governor were just talking about it. I said when I was a governor in 2006, we celebrated the 10th year anniversary of Bayelsa State, while the governor celebrated the 25th year anniversary of Nasarawa State. We have something in common. When I was the president, because of my love for Nasarawa, I appointed the Emir of Lafia as the Chancellor of the Federal University of my village, and there was one of our top traditional rulers that we are also the Chancellor of the Federal University in Nasarawa State. That shows the tie between us as a people. I believe that friendship will continue to grow from strength to strength. I thank you all for coming here to welcome me personally in my personal capacity as Goodluck Jonathan. That shows the love you have for me, and I believe I should have opportunity to reciprocate according to Goodluck Jonathan." That is his message to the general public and also to the presidential candidates and those who is causing problem here and there. Be warned. The elder statesman has spoken. Your allegations are baseless. President Tinubu for debate. Obayegbana replies APC campaign council. Let us see what he says, because he have already come to clear the air concerning this what do they call him, Alaka and the Bayononoga that is fomenting trouble on every social media outlet, simply because people are demanding for their principal to appear before any news house, even if TVC news or channel news is being owned by APC. So let him appear there with other candidates, let them debate. As simple as that. If you cannot appear on Arise TV, present your principal, let him debate before the TVC channels news. As simple as that. I don't know why they're making a case out of nothing. And the chairman and the editor-in-chief of this day Arise News Media Group, Ndoka Obayegbana, has asked the All Progressive Congress APC Presidential Campaign Council PCC to present its flag bearer Bola Ahmed Tinubu for debates and town hall meetings. In a statement on Tuesday, Obayegbana said Tinubu's presence at debates and town hall meetings would allow the electorate to interrogate his proposed policies and programs and choose if he will be the next president in 2023. As simple as that. I don't know why it is being difficult for them. They know what they are doing. That is why they keep fermenting troubles, thinking that is the way to boycott the town hall meeting. You people must appear it. You people must present him. You think going on the social media and fomenting trouble, that is what you are being paid for. I know, but you people must present your principal for interrogation. You want to be the number one citizen, not with this arrogance that they are showcasing. Even the media outlet, the media, their spokesperson, all of them are just arrogant. I don't know why. And the Nigerian people are just watching. The media entrepreneur made this known in a statement titled "Lies Have Short Legs." They do not run far. The fake news from Bayo Ononuga and Dele Alake, signed by his chief of staff, Fazwaya Mohammed, Bayabana has responded to the allegations leveled against him by the APC campaign director of media and publicity, Bayo Ononuga, and his director of strategic communications, Dele Alake. The media entrepreneur stressed that journalists were not Tinubu's opponents in the forthcoming election, and the APC campaign council does not need to succumb to cheap blackmail, personal attacks, and bullying. He noted that many APC presidential campaign council members had personally called him to disassociate themselves from Alake and Ononuga's actions. He said, "Present your presidential candidate for town hall meetings, debates, and interviews by the independent media that lasts for more than 8 minutes, and not pre-arranged town hall meetings where questions are preset, pre-arranged, and rehearsed." Of course, this man love this APC. Chai, I check my head. They resort to media bullying tactics. Yes, blackmail and fake news will not work. Journalists are not your opponents in the 2023 elections. When they go low, we go high. As simple as that, my dear. You have brain, and you deserve to be the chief editor in this very platform called Arise News. Tax evasion disqualify allegations. Obayigbana has refuted the claims by Alake and Ononuga that the media organization owed any tax authorities in South Africa, adding that it paid its all creditors and an organized exit strategy. Yeah. He, however, asked both APC chieftains to provide evidence to support their allegations. He said if they have any such evidence to the contrary, they should publish it immediately. The debacle of this day in South Africa was one of the factors that persuaded President Olusegun Obasanjo's administration to cancel the South African Airways takeover of Nigeria Airways, given that Nigeria business were being discriminated against in that country. Responding to the allegation about Arise Networks Limited, UK, Obayigbana said his disqualification as a director was still a subject of litigation in the UK Court of Appeals and would not want to make further comments on the matter. He said the judgment made it clear that there was no evidence of any dishonesty against Obayigbana, since those initial teething difficulties, other Arise entities have threaded out of the shortages, and the Arise News channel is now thriving in the UK, Europe, the US, Middle East, and the 54 countries of Africa. We await the judgment of the appellate courts on ANL as to why and if we ought to have known that FL shortages in Nigeria would improve to continue trading corruption allegation. Clarifying on the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, and the Newspaper Perpetrators Association of Nigeria reformed, Obayigbana explained that the anti-graft body invited him and executives of other national newspapers to clarify payments made to NAPAN when he was president at that time. Obayigbana revealed that the executives of all other Nigerian newspapers involved were also invited at the time to clarify the payments they received. He said that he was not detained as he signed no bail bond, and indeed has never been detained by EFCC or police in any criminal case, contrary to the fake news of Bayo Ononuga and Dele Alake. He therefore explained that the 500 million naira this day refunded was compensation the Jonathan administration paid this day for Boko Haram bombing for the newspaper's elegant Abuja office. The Jonathan administration paid compensation for and or rebuild properties bombed by Boko Haram terrorists in Abuja, the United Nations, and this day inclusive. Again, when the Buhari administration requested a refund, it was full made. The property remains unbuilt, he stated. Non-payment of staff salaries allegation. On staff salaries, Obayigbana stated that the organization has been very consistent in paying salaries regularly as and when due every month. Arise News channel. He said, "We do not owe staffs at Arise whatsoever despite the fake news by Onanuga and Dele Alake. And of course, all newspapers houses are facing the tough economic environment arising from the increasing cost of operations and dwindling copy and advert sales, and most newspapers owe salaries from time to time. It is, however, taking hypocrisy to a new level for Onanuga to be sermonizing about salary payment. What have salary payments got to do with the public debate of their salary? I mean, these people are just doing anything humanly possible to make sure that they distract people from what from the reality, from the real matter. So the Arise TV now have become a presidential aspirant that the publicity and the media outlet or spokesperson of the APC is now attacking them. I don't understand what is really happening in Nigeria, and why all these shenanigans. Yeah? Those who passed through the news stable, of which he was co-founder and CEO, have not forgotten how the company owed 11 months' salaries between 1996 and 1997. How protesting staff were forced to forfeit 5 months' salary as contribution to the democratic struggle, and how union leaders were sacked over the same protest. All we do is create value. We had over 3,000 people in the employment of this day and Arise Media Group over the years, and we are proud to have created value in human and resource capital. Dozens of those who have employed here have moved on to become ministers, special advisors, ambassadors, commissioners, special assistants, and publishers of print and online newspapers, including several who are Tinubu's personal staff and executive in his companies, he said. To this end, he maintained that no misinformation, fake news of Bayo Ononuga and Dele Alake will change Obayegbana's global trajectory. The journalists at this day and Arise News channel are doing their duty by raising pertinent questions. Rather than addressing our questions, Alake and Ononuga countered with wild and misleading allegations and fake news. We did not dismiss their allegations and have addressed them frontally. We now challenge them to respond with facts to the legitimate questions of the Nigerian people through their media. We are waiting for Onanuga and the rest of them that are attacking Arise TV and their platforms. 2023 PDP is back as one, Ayu declares. The national chairman of the People's Democratic Party, Iyorchia Ayu, has declared, and you are still answering the national chairman, and you see you are coming back as one, simply because you went for a campaign. And yes, you are talking to the gullibles now who don't know what is happening, who don't follow the news. Maybe they might have had it in one way or the other that there is crisis in PDP, and your party refused to unite each other. Step down as chairman, and you are there lying to the public because you went to Plateau State for this campaign, and you are lying. Tell me how these people will see you and your principal if they found out that you have lied to them. Because as far as I'm concerned, the PDP rift between Ayu and between the general PDP and the G5 governors have not been resolved. So what are you lying? Ayu made a submission on Tuesday in Jos Plateau State capital during the presidential campaign rally for the party's candidate Atiku Abubakar. According to him, all the cracks in the major opposition party have been plugged, and the PDP is back as one. I hear. The PDP national chairman submitted that Plateau State enjoyed great development when the party was in power, but with the advance of the All Progressive Congress APC, also developmental gains have been eroded and the people are suffering, according to him. However, all the people of the state to cast their votes for PDP in 2023 across board as to start enjoying the dividends of democracy again. He said, you see what the former governor Jonah Jang did when he was in power. He and other patriotic leaders built Plateau. When you left PDP, PDP left you, and you start suffering. Whatever cracks that exist in the party are all over. PDP is back as one. PDP is a rock. Nobody is going to displace the PDP again in Plateau State. Yeah, it's all right. We hear you. Okay, we hear you. This is coming from Mina. Tinubu returns to Abuja amid ill health rumors. They will defend him, of course. All Progressive Congress APC presidential candidate Bola Ahmed Tinubu has returned to Abuja after returning from a campaign rally in Niger State. Tinubu, alongside some APC chieftains, landed at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport in Abuja on Wednesday evening after attending the presidential campaign rally in the northwest. The APC standard bearer, who was received by a mammoth crowd of party supporters, was ushered into a car alongside his running mate Kasim Shettima. Ushered into a car. I mean, the condition is serious. So, Okute News earlier reported that the APC candidate arrived late for the rally held at the Bako Kontagora Stadium in Minna, the state capital. It was learned that Tinubu was advised to rest on Tuesday evening after he made an appearance at the Northwest Zone rally held at the Ahmadu Bello Stadium, Kaduna, thus delaying his arrival in Minna until Wednesday. However, Tinubu, who arrived at the rally venue in the afternoon, was reportedly rushed off the campaign ground because of health concerns. They will come back now and lie to the public. That is my problem with this APC spokesperson and the other morons that is defending this act. Somebody who is not healthy, and you people are flying him, running on the road for 6 hours, 5 hours. Okay, now, very soon now, just be watch now. You will tell him now, they will say, oh, he have left for UK, he want to go and do something. He's going there to refill blood. That is the person that will lead the country. You have not led the country, you have not carried the problem and complaints of Nigerians. Over 216 million people, you are getting sick, just ordinary campaign. Watch. Bayo Ononoga and Alake will come now and defend them and face with Kiyamo. Just watch out. Both the APC Presidential Campaign Council denied media report that the party's flag bearer was brought out of the rally ground due to ill health. In a statement by the Director of Media and Publicity of the Council, Bayo Ononoga, as if I know, the talk of the devil, the council said Tinubu had to cut short his stay at the stadium in order to be able to attend other programs lined up for the day. And people, the supporters are there complaining. You just show off. You came late. First, you came late. First offense committed. You came late. Then, secondly, you don't even waste time. You are rushed off. He said to attend other. I know, talk of the devil. He must be here to defend him. That is what you are being paid for. It added that after the rally, Tinubu inaugurated his campaign office in the city and also paid a visit to the emir of Minna, and was later hosted in a luncheon organized by the governor of Niger, Abubakar Bello. That is all you need to know about the Tinubu's rally in Minna and what happens thereafter. MKO Abiola's children sue Buhari over Kudirat Abiola's mother, seeks $10 million compensation. This is it propagandacious news or it is a real news? Because I don't like propaganda. President Muhammadu Buhari-led government has been dragged before the ECOWAS Court of Justice in Abuja by children of late Kudirat Abiola over the murder of their mother. Okute News gathered that Kwafela Abiola, Mariam Abiola, and Hade Abiola are suing the Buhari administration on behalf of other children of Kudirat. The counsel to the children, Femi Falana San, filed suit number something on their behalf. The children are challenging the violation of the fundamental human rights to life and dignity of human persons of the late Miss Kudirat Abiola. The plaintiffs are arguing that the failure or refusal of the defendant to protect the life of late Alhaja Kudirat Abiola in the Republic of Nigeria amount to a violation of Articles 1, 4, 5, 18, and 23 of the African Charter. According to the plaintiffs, the combined efforts of the said provisions of the African Charter and the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is that states will be held responsible if they fail to act with due diligence to prevent violations of the rights or activity involved acts which amounts to the violation of the plaintiff's right, as in this case, and for providing adequate compensation for the plaintiff. The plaintiffs are also arguing that under the combined provision of Articles 1, 4, and 5 of the African Charter of Human Rights and People's Rights, to which the Federal Republic of Nigeria is a signatory, the respondent has infringed on the right of the deceased to life, the dignity of her persons, and security. The suit, which was filed on Tuesday, reached the applicants Ava that late Ms. Kudirat Abiola was married to the late Chief MKO Abiola, a Nigerian and community citizen. Chief MKO Abiola contested and won the presidential election held in Nigeria on June of 12, 1993. This election, which was adjourned fair and free by the local and international election observers, was annulled by the Ibrahim Babangida military junta without any legal justification. Instead of relinquishing power to the late MKO Abiola, the Ibrahim Babangida junta illegally installed an interim national government headed by Chief N.S. Seneko on August 27 of 1993. On November 10, 1993, the Lagos State High Court declared the interim national government illegal, null and void. On November 17, General Sani Abacha removed the illegal interim national government and declared himself the military head of state in June of 1994. Chief MKO Abiola was arrested for announcing himself as the elected president of Nigeria on the basis of the June 12, 1992 presidential election won by him. The Sani Abacha military junta charged Chief MKO Abiola with treasonable felony and detained him in a solitary confinement in an undisclosed detention center for 4 years without trial. Chief Abiola's wife, Mrs. Kudirat Abiola, led a campaign for the unconditional release of her husband from illegal custody and inauguration as the elected president of Nigeria. Angered by her, the Sani Abacha military junta decided to assassinate Ms. Kudirat Abiola on June 4 of 1996. Ms. Kudirat Abiola was shot dead in her car at Oregun area in Lagos, Nigeria by unknown gunmen. The military government condemned the assassination of Ms. Kudirat Abiola and announced its plan to investigate the arrest and prosecute the murderers. But in order to divert public attention from the actual murderers, the military regime arrested some political allies and family members of Ms. Kudirat Abiola, detained them briefly, and released them. Following the restoration of civil rule in May 1999, the Olusegun Obasanjo administration set up the Justice Chukwu Dife Oputa Commission to inquiry to investigate the gross human rights abuse that occurred during the defunct military rule from 1966 to 1999. In a petition submitted to the Oputa panel, the applicants requested for investigation of the circumstances surrounding the brutal killings of Ms. Kudirat Abiola by a gang of gunmen in Lagos on June 4 of 1996. During the sitting of the Oputa panel in Lagos on December 8 of 2000, Sergeant Barnabas Jabila, aka Sergeant Rogers, a member of the killer squad set up by the Sani Abacha junta, confessed that he shot Ms. Kudirat Abiola dead and attempted to kill the late Senator Abraham Adesanya and Alex Ibru by shooting them on the instruction of the Major Hamza Al-Mustafa. This one, Major Hamza, that is a flyer himself now. He wants to become president of Nigeria. This country, child. The chief security officer of General Sani Abacha from November 1993 to June of 1998. The evidence of Sergeant Rogers was not challenged by Major Al-Mustafa and his lawyers, as they did not cross-examine the witness because of the veracity of his evidence. A copy of the video tape of the oral testimony of Sergeant Rogers is hereby attached and marked Exhibit A. Major Al-Mustafa and some members of the killer squad were charged with conspiracy to murder and accessory after they filed to murder Ms. Kudirat Abiola at the Lagos High Court. At the end of trial, the defendants were convicted and sentenced to death for the murder of Ms. Kudirat Abiola by Lagos High Court. But the appeal court filed by the convicts against the judgment of the Lagos High Court was allowed by the Court of Appeal, which freed them on technical grounds. The Supreme Court of Nigeria has granted leave to the Lagos State government to appeal against the judgment of the Court of Appeal, and the appeal, which has been filed, is currently pending at the Supreme Court. In Mohammed Abacha versus the State 2002, 31 WRN 1, the Supreme Court quashed the charges on the ground that the appellant was not implicated in the murder of Mrs. Kudirat Abiola. The appellate court said that Major Al-Mustafa was properly charged with conspiracy, murder, and accessory after the fact to murder Ms. Kudirat Abiola, but quarried by Sergeant Barnabas Jabila, aka Rogers, Mohammed Abdul, aka Katako, and Aminu Mohammed, who killed Ms. Kudirat Abiola, who actually killed Ms. Kudirat Abiola, were not charged with murder. Chai, what a word. In spite of the finding of the Supreme Court, the defendant has not charged Sergeant Barnabas Jabila, aka Rogers, and the rest of them for the murder of Kudirat Abiola. The applicants, however, that the killing of Ms. Kudirat Abiola by the armed agents of the defendant is illegal and a violation of her human rights to life and dignity. The father of the applicant, Chief MKO Abiola, was reported to have died in military custody on July 7 of 1998. The Oputa panel recommend that the suspicious circumstances surrounding the death of Chief Abiola be investigated, but the defendant has refused to implement the recommendation. So that is all you people need to know about the death of Abiola and how they killed Ms. Kudirat Abiola by the same Hansa who is flying himself left and right and center on TV stations that is running for president of Nigeria. Tell me, what is him going to present? Or what is he going to present to us? I really don't understand how people do things these days. But anyway, whatever it is, we are going to proceed. Let us take the last news, but not the last, but not the least. Actress Ronke Oshodi shared how she defeated kidney disease without medications. Nollywood Ronke Oshodi, has shared a testimony on how she defeated kidney issues without using medications. The actress, who recently lost her mother to the cold hands of death, narrated in Yoruba during a church service how she battled kidney disease and survived with the help of a prophet's holy water. Mount advertisement. The veteran actress revealed that she was at the hospital for 9 days, after which she was diagnosed of kidney disease that almost took her life. According to her, she was about to start a dialysis when the prophet came to visit her and told her to use his water on her. The veteran noted that she obeyed the prophet and she received her permanent healing. She also added that the prophet Sotobore's holy water healed her from her kidney problem of any sort. So, colleagues pay last tribute to Sammy Okposi. Meanwhile, a press party industry tribute night was held on Tuesday in honor of late gospel artist Sammy Okposi at La Madison Place, Oniru, Lagos State. The party was part of the event planned to build a final freeway to the Welu Welu singer, who died on November of 25th. The singer's wife, Ozioma, broke down in tears when a video collection of late Samuel's beautiful and funny moments was played before the audience. Gospel artists who have been impacted by the last singer were also allotted time to pay their tributes. Pastor John Hannah from Chicago, United States, salutes Samuel, saying to Ozioma, "Death is not always easy. To the family, be encouraged, I will miss him." Kevin Bond, a producer based in the US, said in a live video that it was through Sammy that he first touched down in Nigeria. "My family here knows his music. Listen, we lost a great one," he said. May his soul rest in the perfect peace. So that's all, my people. We are going to end this broadcast to look forward to another very mouth-watering and blockbustering broadcast that I will bring to us later in the day or later early morning, because it is almost late here in Nigeria. So my good people of Biafra, the lovers of freedom and the lovers of mankind, we are going to give up this particular broadcast until you hear my voice again. I still love you all for your support, for your kindness, for what you are doing, and how you have brought me this far. May the Almighty Chukwuka bless the works of your hand, prosper you, and make you something in this life, because with you, there's nothing we can do. Without the Chukwuka, we cannot do anything. So I encourage each and every one of us out there, whatever you are doing to support this ministry, continue doing it, and you will also receive your reward. because when you needed help, you must surely find somebody to help you. So that is all for now. Until I come your way again, I say remain your one and only Okute Daily Talk, and also subscribe to this channel. Please endeavor to do that as soon as possible. Turn on the notification button so that you will be the first to be notified each time we post something new or we go live on this channel or other channel related to Okute Daily Talk 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, as many as you can see on the YouTube. Have a nice day. I love you all. Bye for now.